sharing my birth story. So I have everything like written down here. I mean, I was that intentional while going through all of the old birth thing. I was noting things down as they were happening, and things were happening like really fast. And I'm really happy that I did, because I mean, looking back at everything right now, I might not have remembered all of these details. Like I might not have remembered these details at all. Like looking back now, I'm really happy. Like I really happy that I noted those things down while they were happening, the time they were happening, what happened next, what happened afterwards, right? And currently I am 3 months postpartum, about 13 weeks, 13 weeks postpartum right now, and I feel like this is the time for me to share. I'm much more better now. I feel like now I'm ready to talk and now I'm ready to share, you know, everything that happened pre-birth, post-birth, during birth, and all of that. As a first-time mom, as a first-time pregnancy, first-time delivery, first-time everything, and I wanted to share, because I mean, a lot of videos on social media, YouTube, TikTok, everywhere, there are videos around birth, around delivery, and at the end of the day, now that I've gone through my own, I'm like, okay, let me share my story. This is my own story. One thing I want to tell you guys, I think this is my own personal philosophy. I don't know if you buy into this belief of mine, but I believe that every birth that ends up with a healthy mother is a positive story. Any birth story that ends up with a any birth story that ends up with a healthy mother, I didn't say healthy mother and baby, healthy mother, is a positive birth story. So far that birth did not lead to your death, is a positive one. So enough of the whole, if it is not a vaginal birth, it is not a positive one, or if you had an emergency C-section, or even if you had a planned C-section, it is not positive. Enough of all of those things. Or if you had a failed induction, blah blah blah. As far as you walked out of that hospital with your 2 legs, whatever you did to keep yourself alive, whatever interventions that happened during your birth, as far as you are alive, as far as you are able to use your mouth to share your own birth story, it is a positive birth story. The only birth story that is not positive is a story if your birth story needed to be told by someone else. If it was your husband, if it was your sister, if it was your mother-in-law or your mother that needed to start sharing your birth story on your behalf because you are gone, they lost you. That's the only birth story that is not positive. Every other one, positive. So welcome to my positive birth story. When I traveled to the USA and I was abroad, my entire expectation, my entire birth plan, I had a birth plan. I planned, I was going to go into labor, let's say 38 weeks, 39 weeks, I mean at worst, and then I'm going to, you know, do the whole pushing, going to labor, going to active labor. I'm going to be strong. I'm going to go to the hospital. I'm going to push out my baby. I'm going to be fine, bond with my baby, and be okay. You know, just after a few days. I mean, I didn't even plan to spend more than a day or 2 at the hospital, go home, and get back on my feet. I mean, that was my plan. I mean, that should be every normal person's plan. We always hope for the very, very, very best that could happen, right? And 38 weeks passed, no signs of labor, no baby. 39 weeks passed, no baby, no sign of labor. 40 weeks passed, guys. There was still no sign, and I did everything. Like, just tell me that thing that is on social media that I've not tried. That thing on the internet that I have not tried, it doesn't exist. I have done everything. I took red raspberry tea. I ate a lot of pineapples. I took castor oil. I walked a lot around the estate. I was walking. I took almost an hour walk. I was squatting. I was doing walking up and down the stairs. Like, guys, I did everything. I ate dates. I just remembered. I ate dates, 6 dates a day. Guys, I did everything. There was no sign of baby coming. In fact, on some nights I would be feeling tiny cramps. Is that it? Is that it? I'm almost getting so excited. It will just disappear. 40 weeks passed. In fact, at my 40 weeks appointment with the doctor was already telling me, if the baby doesn't come at 40 weeks, let's have an induction. Let's induce you. Right? I was like, no, baby is going to come. So I said, okay, they're going to give me 1 extra week to 41 weeks. Right? So maybe in that final week, baby is going to come. This was my last week, guys. I was hoping, I was praying, I was speaking to my baby in my stomach. Tiara Lua, come outside. Hey, it did not happen. 40 weeks and 1 day, 40 weeks and 2 days, and 3 days, and 4 days, and 5 days. Guys, we entered 41 weeks. And at that point, I knew that I needed to go in for the induction. So, you know, we had come to the hospital, we signed all the documents, because you need to sign consent to a lot of things that might happen during your delivery and all that. I wasn't happy. I mean, I was so sad that this wasn't my plan. Why is this going on? Why is this happening? But anyways, it is just an induction. Your labor is not coming in naturally, so now they have to use medical ways to get you to go into labor. That is what an induction is. So I got into hospital that day at 7 a.m. very, very early. I said by my husband, we got there and we're just waiting for them to call us in. So they actually then called us in, and then we checked in. They checked us into the labor and delivery room. We were there, waited. The nurse came in, she introduced herself, she's a nurse, you know, all of those pleasantries and all. And yeah, it was time to get into the job of the day. In fact, even when I was still there, I was still hoping to just go into spontaneous labor. Like, this labor should just start on its own. Things are more faster that way because your body kick-started the labor. But by the time you are trying to force your body to go into labor, things might not. You really can't predict what will happen. Take off all of my clothes. She did a full wipe down for me. They cleaned every part of my body, and then they gave me this hospital gown or maternity gown to wear, and then I wore it. And then the next thing, she gave me socks and all that. You know, I was fully ready for what's about to happen. And she set the IV because they're going to be passing a lot of things, or they might not need to, but just in case of emergency, they don't have to start setting IV. So they just set the IVs down in case of anything. So they set the IVs, and God bless that nurse. Like, God bless that nurse. That nurse that did my IV. Like, I used that IV line for the entire 5 days I spent in the hospital. 5 days. Yes, 5 days. You heard correctly. We're going to get to that part. I spent 5 days in the hospital, almost a week. I mean, the line that she set was what I used for my entire stay. They didn't have to do another line at all. She was that good, despite the whole moving around. After she said the IV, they have to set up the monitor, because while you are there, they need to monitor blood pressure and the baby's heartbeat. So at every point in time, 247 round the clock, you know, they were monitoring the baby's heartbeat. So she set up the monitor, and I could see my baby's heartbeat on the monitor. You could see if it's going high, going low, if it's stable, you know, you could see all of that. Also, she needed to monitor my own contractions, right? So on the monitor, there was really no contraction because nothing is happening, right? But she set it up and I could see the contraction. She explained to us how to know when contraction is coming, when it's down. I explained to my husband every basic thing that we needed to know. And then at intervals, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, we also need to check my blood pressure. So she was coming at 20 minutes to check my blood pressure, but at the point she had to teach my husband how to do it so that we could all do it on our own. Every 20 minutes he would just check my blood pressure to be sure that my blood pressure wasn't going too low or too high. So, you know, basically just checking that mommy and baby are fine at all time, and if anything changes, they can intervene immediately.
That'll be okay. It's like a sticker. Okay. And as long as the sticker has good signal, we're gonna be able to use it instead of the other monitors. It should pick up on all our contractions, and but the only rule is you can't just pick up on one thing. So if I get a good heartbeat but I can't pick up contractions, I can't use it. If I get contractions but not heartbeat, I can't use it, because you have to use both. Draw up your belly. Check what's going for us. I can take this off, and we can slip the blood pressure cuff on and off, and I can show you. We'll do that in a minute. So, it's not usually me having that many errors. Because it's saying it's not stuck well enough. And I'm like, and this bottom one or the lower one?
The next thing was she needed to do a vaginal check. So this is a cervical check to check how many centimeters dilated I was, and to check how soft or how thin or how thick rather your cervix is, right? So she checked, guys, I'm not dilated. I mean, it's on 0, tight, 0 centimeter dilated at 41 weeks. It's incredible. Like, thinking about it now, I don't even know. But this God. Anyways, so she checked, I wasn't dilated, but she confirmed that my cervix was actually soft, and which was a good sign that dilation will happen quickly. Also, this process she had to perform, which is called the enema. This process, most people do it, some do not, but if you do it, it takes away the chances that you pull while pushing, right? So for example, while pushing for delivery, they get to pull, and then it's nothing. The nurses are trained for that, or your midwife is trained for that. They expect that, they see that a lot. It is really nothing. But some mothers, some mamas might feel embarrassed or shy or something about it, so they've always performed this enema procedure, which is just like flushing water in through your butt, and then you're able to poop out everything in your system completely, right? So that way you would not have anything to poop out when you're pushing. Yeah, so she did the enema procedure on me, and guys, that thing was, in fact, I emptied myself literally. That's TMI, but I mean, we're sharing a raw story here. So yeah, so after the enema procedure, it was now time to discuss which of the induction method I wanted to go for. So there's the method where they induce you by putting a pill inside of you, inside the vagina, help you go into labor, like a tiny pill. I think it's called cytotec. And it's another process of the mechanical method, which is like a Foley balloon. They call it the Foley balloon. They insert into your cervix, and then the Foley balloon, they inflate it, puts pressure on your cervix basically, and then when the Foley balloon completely puts enough pressure on your cervix, it's supposed to fall out on its own, like to just drop on its own. So think of your cervix like this. The Foley balloon goes in, they inflate it here. So the pressure of the balloon presses your cervix, makes it completely flat till the balloon is able to fall out. So that way it would have opened your cervix to a certain extent, right? And then there was another method, which I cannot remember now, but those were the two major ones that we needed to decide out of. Myself and my husband kept thinking about it. Which one should we do? Which one should we do? And we're asking the doctor which one has more success rate. And he said the Foley balloon is much more, has higher success rates than the cytotec, which is the medical way. Yeah, one is medical, one is mechanical. Yeah, so we went for the Foley balloon. Long story short, if you want to know more about these things, just read up on it. There are a lot of, you can make a lot of research on all of these things. They are all on the internet, right? So we went for the Foley balloon, and then it was time for them to insert the Foley balloon. Remember that I got there around 7 a.m. They inserted the Foley balloon at around 12:15 p.m. So we spent 5 hours doing all of these things I just explained to you guys. 5 hours. And I was told I couldn't eat anything at all till after delivery. Me that likes food. And in fact, I came hungry. I mean, I came 7 a.m. I couldn't have eaten before coming. So I was so hungry. They said I couldn't have anything to eat. I couldn't have anything to drink. I couldn't even take water, right? The only thing I could have was ice. I don't know the science behind that. I really do not know. But the only thing I could have was ice. I couldn't eat at all. Foley balloon was inserted at 12. The next thing was to be waiting for the Foley balloon to fall out. So 1 hour into the Foley balloon, which was around 1 p.m., decided to add pitocin. So this pitocin is like an artificial oxytocin to speed things up. I started feeling this contraction. I started feeling cramps, contraction, guys. And it's at that point, I was like, okay, I can do this. Like, it's just not, I mean, the contractions they're not bad. They're not too bad. They're just like severe cramps, severe menstrual cramps. And I will just breathe through them, and then I'll be fine, right? And this went on for another 6 hours, from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. in the evening. No food, severe pain, no water, no nothing. 6 p.m. came and the Foley balloon dropped. And I was like, babe, I was telling my husband, babe, call the nurse, call the doctor. The Foley balloon has dropped, like it fell out. And you know, the doctor already told us that it takes some people 10 hours, 16 hours, 12 hours for the Foley balloon to even drop. In fact, they even have people to go home with the Foley balloon inside of them because of how long it's going to take, and don't want them to be in the space, in the hospital space. I mean, they might not be very comfortable, right? So I was super excited to see that in 6 hours my Foley balloon was out. So the nurse came. She was so excited, you know. She took it out because everything was like tied to my thighs. They had to tape a lot of things, so she had to like take them out, and it fell out. We were happy. She brought it out like, oh, this is it, and we're so happy like that process was done. She was even like, oh, this is a good sign that this is really good, guys.
Is it too cold? Sorry. I'm trying to get it to where the tape will come off easier. That's why we technically don't want to. Yeah. All right.
Well, the next thing was to check. I mean, why did we put the Foley balloon there? It's for us to get dilated. So she had to check the dilation, cervical dilation again. Guys, this cervical dilation. People did not tell me this thing is painful. Like, somebody initially needs to put their hand like inside of there and then start measuring how many centimeters. Guys, it was crazy. Well, but I had to do what I had to do. We needed to know if things were progressing.
Down off the correction, I see it here. That's why I watch those numbers, see where they start to drop down. That's great.
That's fine, yeah. That's good.
Yep. But the biggest thing I like about it is that the cervix is soft.
Soft.
Sometimes when they dilate, but it's very hard. And then it's like it's going to be a while before it really picks up.
Okay.
But your cervix is very soft, so that's really good. I'm going to go ahead and give him a ring.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, guys.
She increased the Pitocin dosage from what she had given me initially. Guys, the contractions tripled. I was in pain. If I'm thinking about it now, I'm traumatized. I was in severe pain, guys. Like, it's felt. I'm trying to explain. People say you cannot explain this contraction pain, and I think it's true. You really cannot explain it until you experience it. But it just felt like all the bones in your, it was at my back. All the bones at your back were cracking and breaking, and and people have multiple kids. Oh no. Women, they try. Like, we really they try. No, that pain was bad. I had planned that when the contractions come, I'm going to breathe through it. I'm going to say my affirmations, and I've written down things I'll be telling myself, things like you can do it. I told my husband I literally did like a playlist, a worship playlist that was going to be kabashing and singing and worshiping and praising. In fact, like, we did like 2 playlists, myself and my husband, a day before that induction day. Praise songs, worship songs that were going to be, just praising God through the guys. Oh no, I didn't remember all these things. I remembered, but it was not helping. I read a book before my birth, The Supernatural Birth. The Supernatural Birth, yes. Guys, hey God, when this, and I think I had it that bad, maybe because it was induced. I mean, like I said, if you go into labor naturally, things might be more easier because it's your body putting you in that pain. So your body will also tell your brain to help you manage that pain, if you get what I mean. So your body will just give you the pain, help you manage the pain, give you the pain, help you manage the pain. But in this case, we are the one, is external factor that is inflicting the pain in me, if you get what I mean. That's why inductions are not so encouraged, right? So the external factor is one giving you the pain, except the external factor still gives you something to relieve the pain. Your brain cannot cannot know that you are in, I don't know how to put it. The doctor came in, it was time to break my water. Breaking your water also helps things progress like really quick. That was brownish green in color. Normally the water in your womb, in your uterus, is supposed to be clear, or even if it's as color, maybe light, but it's supposed to be clear. Actually, it's supposed to be clear, but this came out looking like brownish green in color. What happened? Why is it like that? My other hand, I couldn't see it. I couldn't see the water. I couldn't see the color of the water. When you punctured the sack, I felt the water coming out of me. I couldn't see what it looked like. My husband saw and then looked at the doctor. The doctor was like, this means that there's meconium inside the water. What is a meconium? Meconium is a baby's first poo. So my baby had pooed inside of my womb. And the doctor was like, oh, no need to panic. Even the nurse was like, oh, we are good. Nothing is going to happen. It's okay. It happens most of the time, especially when you have past 40 weeks. So your baby has really matured to the point that they need to poo, and then they poo instead of you. So normally that poo is supposed to happen outside the womb once you've given birth to them. But then this happened inside the baby. So she was just like, the only intervention is that you just need to have like a nursery nurse be there at the point of my delivery, just in case my baby aspirates the poo, just in case she inhaled the meconium, right? It might get into her lungs, you know, all of that. Okay, good. Water kept pouring out. It was a big gush like of water, and like it just kept flowing. Was it tracking my baby's heartbeat? Was it tracking my contractions? We were still monitoring my blood pressure.
Absolute best combination. Pro tip, 3 sandwiches are always better than 1. Order the Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich and our Coca-Cola on the Chick-fil-A app for a limited time. Real guests pay for their testimonials.
So mech means baby pooped inside.
Oh.
Happens about 20%, especially when you go over 40 weeks. They're gut.
After the water got broken, the contractions went way up. Like, at that point, it was so bad, and I was so weak. I was so hungry. I couldn't eat. At that point, it's already been almost 24 hours without food, without water. I was just having ice. The nurse pitied me at a point, started giving me popsicles. I was having popsicles. I was having ice. Popsicles and ice. I was weak. My eyes were down. It was bad. Oh God. It was really bad. Guys, wait till the end of this video. I'm going to show you my little cute angel that pulled me through all of this. It got to a point I started telling my husband, babe, I need to have an epidural. We need to get an epidural.
We have to take it. Epidural.
was like, I don't know everything push. I don't know. Because you have to apply pressure like on top of the pain to push at the same time. Do you get?
But just like breathing
It's not breathing, you know. Because it's when I feel the contraction, you push together with the contraction. And I literally become almost handicapped when the contraction is like I don't even want to do anything. When the contraction stops, they'll tell you to stop. We have spent so much hours already. And because it's induction, I've even became like directly in labor. Take it back, we just usually 5-6 hours and then it was time to go. Over time that if you share every other thing, but I'm so exhausted now. I've not eaten for almost 24 hours now. People, yeah. Oh, see, I can't even imagine myself pushing like that. Ooh. I'm in pain. We've been here for several hours. The pain is getting more intense. Like it was getting worse. Literally worse. I couldn't even breathe. I was in severe pain, guys. I can't even lie to you. I started telling my husband, epidural. One time I was like, no, you can do this. We are almost there. We'll soon get done with this. I was like, okay. Well, but the nurse came, gave us 2 options for pain relief. Told us we can get the pain IV, or that's the pass pain medication, pain relief medication through the IV, or I take the epidural. I was like, let me just take the epidural. I know that I'm not going to feel any pain. The pain relief clinical will just help you subside, and she was like 50-50 chance it might just help you and it will wear off. I was like, give me epidural. She said, okay, let her check my cervix at first. Let's see how dilated I am. So if I was like 8 centimeter, 9 centimeter, they didn't need to try epidural anymore because I'll soon get to 10 centimeter. But if I see that maybe like a 6 or like a 7, then we will have the epidural. So she checked again. And guys, 5 centimeter. Hey God. This was around 10 p.m. 10 p.m. in the night. 5 centimeter. What? For how many hours?
Yeah, she's like a good 5.
The IV, right?
Yes. You don't want
The epidural.
You want the epidural?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me start your bolus then.
Can you show
But
you?
what's the process of getting it? Does it hurt?
What's the process of the epidural? Does it hurt?
So they numb your back with lidocaine first. So
With what?
with lidocaine,
What's lidocaine?
it's a numbing medication. So like they numb it where they're gonna put the epidural at. So that part is kind of the uncomfortable part. It's like a sting and a burn. And then after that, they put the needle in, and she might feel some like pressure, not painful, just like pressure.
I think
And
is
then,
it gonna be through the spine?
it doesn't go through the spine. It's just in like a space in the spine. It's an epidural space. But I mean, I've been in multiple epidurals. All the ones that I've been in, like nothing's ever went wrong. They all went fine. I know you're nervous. It's your first baby, you know, with the back and stuff like that. I've had an epidural before, so I was kind of nervous too, but it's not that bad. I'll be in here with you, me and the anesthesiologist, so.
Just guide me.
So it's up to you. I can give you the IV pain meds, and then you can see if that gives you a little bit relief, and then go from there. So you can get the epidural whenever you want to. So I just got to give you a fluid bolus, because sometimes it can make your blood pressure drop a little bit. So I'm just going to give you some extra fluid. And then I'll go ahead and call the doctor and let him know. It's like very few seconds. Oh.
If I'm feeling this way at 5 centimeters, then how would I feel at 6, 7, 8, 9? Give me the epidural. Give me epidural. Guys, it's funny now. It wasn't funny then.
Are your legs starting to feel different?
Your legs starting to feel heavy?
Any tingling in your legs? No.
She had to call the anesthesiologist. The man came. If you see what an epidural needle looks like, you will not say women have anything easy. Nothing is easy. And then they have to put this through a space in your spine. Mama had to ask the nurse, like, what's the process? And then she explained, how they're going to do it and blah blah blah. And they did this epidural.
Sorry, how long does the epidural start to kick in?
How long does it? I'm sorry.
Does it take to start kicking in?
It takes a few minutes. It varies, but usually 10, 15 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a gradual onset.
Does she need to be in this position the whole time?
Not the whole time, just for like the first 15-20 minutes, because the epidural works by gravity. So we just want it to spread evenly.
And then,
Yeah, and then she can sit up a little bit more. Yeah.
okay.
Eventually, this thing kicked in, and it was the best feeling in the world. Best feeling in the world. Like, I felt nothing. It wasn't like maybe the pain will reduce. I felt nothing. From my waist down was completely numb. I couldn't feel my legs. I couldn't feel any part of me. I could only feel my hands, my upper body, my lower body. I couldn't feel at all. So any pain that was happening from my waist down, I couldn't feel it. But the pain was there. So even on the monitor, we could see the contractions still happening. So she was like, oh, good. Now that I'm no longer feeling the pain, things will even go faster, because then I'm not struggling with the contractions. They'll just happen and they'll keep progressing.
Okay, Mama. I'm just gonna clean it up. So this is just my hand. This might be cold. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, Mom, it's like 7 centimeters.
7 centimeters.
Yeah. Oh, is that 2? Shoot. 12, 1, 2, 3. Oh, so it'll be 347. But I'm pretty sure it'll probably be before that. Because she's already a 7, so she's probably just, now that she's relaxed, she's probably going to make change a little bit quicker.
So
Yeah.
we can check in another 2 hours?
Yeah, I can check in another 2. Yep. If you start to feel like pressure, like you gotta poop, let me know. Okay? Because that could also mean a sign that you could be 10 centimeters.
Two a.m. guys, checked again, we were at 8 centimeter. Excellent. I was happy. 2 a.m. Finally we are good. I was munching my popsicle, my husband was sleeping. We're like, oh, we are 8 centimeter. This is 2 a.m. in the night. Thank God. Glory be to God. Around 4 a.m. ish, she came back. She checked again. We were at a whooping 9 centimeter. Like things were going. I wasn't feeling pain. I was just chilling. At the point I was just scrolling through my phone, right? So I was like, good. I was even asking my husband, when it's time to push now, how will I even know when to push? Because I want to push your contractions. I'm no longer feeling these contractions. We're like, oh, use the monitor. They'll tell me when to push. I was so excited. 9 centimeter. I'm just 1 centimeter away to meeting my baby. I was super excited. Guys, I can't even lie. 5 a.m. we checked. 9 centimeter. At that point, we're like, oh, almost there. We got stuck at 9 centimeter. An hour later, my baby's heart rate went up. And the doctor came and said, baby is stressed. We need to have an emergency C-section. Somebody help me. I can't even put myself together right now. I was mad. On that bed, tears rolled down my eyes. Tears rolled down my eyes. I kept saying, oh, we're almost there. I'm at 9 centimeter. Why do we have to have a C-section now? Guys, I was so sad. I was so sad. I was even saying, let's just try. The doctor was like, see your baby's heartbeat. The heart rate has gone really high. They need to do something quickly now. It was a matter of now. It was a matter of. So when they call it emergency C-section, it is really emergency C-section. It was not. Oh God. I was still telling my husband, baby, we're almost at 10 centimeters. They're like, you're not yet at 10 centimeters. You're at 9 already. But we cannot wait another minute. We need to do it now. Everything happened really quick. Doctor was telling the nurses, get ready, do this, do that. Everybody was running helter skelter. I was in the bed and bawling my eyes out. My mom was like, babe, let's do this. We have to do it. The most important thing is safety, survival. That is what it is. And now this is where I want to just let you guys know that having a plan is great. Very great. I mean, I had my plan. If I vaginal birth, unmedicated, I don't want any epidural, blah blah blah. In fact, when I got to the hospital, they'll give you a board for you to write what you want. skin to skin, all of those things. I had that plan. Having that plan is great, but being flexible, especially when it comes to births, is powerful. 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 It doesn't make you weak. If you think it makes you weak, it is wisdom. It is wisdom. There's a reason why God made those things possible. So many things were racing through my mind. So many things racing through my mind. There was the baby's heart rate rising. There was a risk that my baby has inhaled the meconium. That's the pool. The medical team were running all over the place. They were almost panicking, but remained calm professionally. I knew things weren't going so well, but I still had faith in God that no matter the intervention that needs to happen, I know that everything was going to end in praise. I just said a little prayer to myself while in that bed. And the next thing I remember was that they took me into the theater. And that was the last, like, when I got to the theater, they tried they tug, I think they call it tugging, of my belly, you know, where they were going to cut out and all of that. I felt that pain. I screamed out my lungs in that theater. I screamed out my lungs for about 3 to 4 seconds and I went off. That thing that man gave me, I never know. That anesthesia that the doctor gave to me or the surgeon gave to me, I do not know what it is. I blacked out completely. Like, I was gone. I didn't know I was gone till I came back. So for you to know how gone I was. I was gone. Gone. And then the C-section took about 20 minutes, guys. We entered into the theater at 6 a.m. and before 6:30 a.m. my baby was already out. Baby came out. Thankfully, I was still unconscious. I mean, these are things I knew from my partner. And my baby could not breathe. It wasn't even funny. My baby couldn't breathe because she had inhaled the meconium. She had aspirated the meconium. You can read up on it. So there was that risk, which we had known, but we're hoping wouldn't have happened. So thankfully, the nursery nurse was there at the delivery, and they took my baby into NICU for intensive care. They had to use so many means to help her to breathe. She couldn't breathe. And then me, on the other hand, I was still unconscious. They took me to the postpartum ward. So the ward you deliver is different from the ward you go to after delivery. They took me to the postpartum ward, checked me into the room, and then that was where I opened my eyes. I came back to life, literally, because I was gone. I didn't know anything that happened. I opened my eyes and I was asking the nurse, where is my husband? Where is my baby? Guys. And then they told me my baby is in the NICU. My husband was also in the NICU with the baby. And I was alone there with the nurses. At that point, look at my stomach. I still looked pregnant, but I knew my baby was no longer inside of me. I couldn't cry. I was just stunned. I kept asking, how is my baby? How is this? How is that? Remembering this thing all over again is, but God did. God did. God really did. And then I remember my husband eventually came back. I was asking him, baby, how is she? He couldn't tell me really how she was because of my condition. It was after delivery, was now telling me that it was after we left hospital. He was telling me that he just didn't want to tell me. It was really, really bad. She was struggling to breathe. But at the hospital there, was telling me, she's getting better, she's trying to breathe already, a lot of that. Imagine giving birth and you cannot even see your child. You are not, in fact, where the NICU is and where the postpartum ward is far apart. So it's not even like one door away or 2 doors away. Completely different section. So when we were apart, on my own end, I was sad, miserable, down, in pain after a major surgery. 7 layers deep. You are caught 7 layers deep, literally. And then my baby was there without a mother, because babies just need that their mother comfort immediately after delivery. It was so sad I couldn't give her that. it was so sad she couldn't be with me and I couldn't be with her. Eventually, my baby spent about 2 to 3 days in the NICU. I was able to see her after 24 hours. I went there and I saw my baby. She was so pretty. She's so pretty.
Welcome.
I just stared at her. I was struggling to walk. My first C-section walk was a nightmare.
How does this work?
Okay. Once you're up, because you really need that. Yeah. Since this is only your first time, yeah. Past that gas, you're gonna be more pain. Because once your gas is high, you're gonna have a shoulder pain and you might even get nauseous.
Really?
Oh.
You're doing great. You're doing great. Really? Really? Can you do it?
Yeah, see? Okay. And if you want to hold this and push, just do that.
Really?
Sit up with the there, okay? So, is it okay that I'm gonna just leave it and find a chair for you to sit down?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Tiara. Really?
I need to carry the rope at the back.
To move my legs. Oh God. I could barely even get up from my bed. I could barely even turn sides on the bed. I would literally have to call my husband to help me with my hands, help me with my legs. Guys, no. And somebody will come out here and say, people, C-section is easier if I slap you. Or they'll say, people that go through C-section have normal birth. If I what is normal birth? Who defined normal birth? Who did? Their normal births are 2 types: vaginal, C-section. They are both normal, but one is through the vaginal and one is through a C-section. I couldn't walk. The first walk was a nightmare. Eventually, days after, I was fine. My beautiful friend Esther sent me flowers at the hospital.
Who sent us flowers? I don't know. There's an envelope. I don't know. Let me see. And this is a card. Oh. But who sent it now? Hey. Thank you. But who are you?
If it contains.
We should have asked the person that delivered for the
You're just the delivery person now.
the person will know who sent it now. Because now I don't know, and this is cute. Like the first gifts we are getting.
Hello, I send you a flower.
I don't know. And it's a cute. Let me see the flower. Inside like a purse. And it's fresh flower. Ah, it's so heavy.
Maybe. Sorry.
Oh, I didn't know it's that heavy.
Yep.
Oh.
Like everything now proceeded from there. We were so happy. My baby became better. I mean, before we left the hospital, she spent the one night with me in the postpartum ward, and then yeah, we're good. My husband was just the one doing all the work. He would take my express milk, take it to my baby in NICU, come back, because I kept expressing milk, just go there, send me videos, call me on video call. I was watching my baby on video call. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Anyways, we really thank God. I mean, this is why I was saying, I started this video by saying that every birth story that ends up with a healthy mother, more so a healthy mother and healthy baby, no matter what happened in between, it was positive. It could have been worse. It could have been worse. I could have insisted that, oh, I want to push, I want to be a Hebrew woman, I want to have my birth through my vagina, and then I will lose my baby. Or I will even have problems. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just so grateful to God how everything turned out. It was just nothing short of a miracle. Nothing short of a miracle.
But if you're gonna have her like naked on your chest, then I would have the room pretty warm. So like 70 to 75 should be good.
Okay.
But it feels pretty good right now. Okay, so this one is just. There you go. So if she, let me see, does she have poop? You have to pull this one open. It'll be from the side. She doesn't have poop. Okay, if she did have poop, something that you can do is kind of the first wipe, do it with the diaper. So then you have that poop trapped in there. She doesn't have any poop, so it'll be an easy one.
Okay, but
So you can just do still a little wipe.
Wipe?
Yeah, do just kind of like just a simple one because she doesn't really have much, but she had some pee in there, so just to kind of give her a wipe. Take out the dirty diaper. And so you have this one there. So if while you're doing that, she were to pee, it's gonna fall in the diaper, and you don't have to change all these spills. It'll fall there.
Okay. And then when this is done, we'll throw this in there.
Yeah, you'll put it in the blue one, so they'll wash them. And so she does pretty good. So you'll go ahead and put it all the way in. A little bit more. There you go. So if you put like just a little tip, she won't be able to get a good grasp on it. There you go. That's perfect. All the way in. Okay. And she eats pretty good, so you don't really have trouble with her trying to eat. She does pretty good. So you want to let her drink about half, and then sit her up, kind of pat her back so she burps, and then you offer some more. Once she starts to fall asleep.
Take this.
More like longer, there's a little, the silver thing you see right here, you press on it and you go like that, it'll make it bigger. Okay.
Time to go home.
So we'll put her in here. This has to go over her shoulder, okay?
Okay.
This goes one on top of the other, okay?
Okay.
Ay, sorry. And then this, like that one on top of the other,
It goes inside.
in here.
Okay.
And
Yes, we have everything. No, then buy more, Danny.
Do you want to do this?
Yeah, that's it. That's the hot daddy work.
at home, you guys can use
thank you guys so much for staying with me all through the journey. Thank you so much for all your prayers. I see them. So many people sent me messages. Some even went to search for me on Instagram, sending me DMs to say, oh, we wish you a safe delivery, praying for me, wishing me the very best. Thank you for watching all of those vlogs, every single thing. People that called, people that texted, people that commented to send me wishes, that were praying for me, that, oh, to me, you're strong, we wish you the very best. Thank you very, very much. Those words, those wishes, those prayers, they mean a lot to me. They meant a lot to me. They helped me through the journey, and we're thankful that at the end of the day, our baby is here. Our baby is here. I am here. We are all doing fine. I mean, now I'm really, really healed. I'm getting better. In fact, not I'm getting better, I'm much more better. The last 12 weeks post delivery has not been fun, but I've had people around me. My sisters have come around, family have been coming around to visit us, like all the love, all the love, all the love. I'm taking in all the love, all the care. I'm so excited. I'm super, super happy. And yeah, I'm going to bring in my baby shortly to say hello to the video, so you guys can see the girl that put me through all this stress and stressed me. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Like, but we thank God. Thank you so much. Share your stories. Have you had a baby before, or have you been pregnant before? Share your birth story. If you have questions on my birth story, you can ask, drop a comment. Thank you guys so much. If you're not subscribed to me, please do subscribe. Like my video, drop a comment, share, do whatever you want to do in the comments. Just, you know, spread the news. Thank you guys so much, and I will show you guys my baby, my baby. Yeah, we have a baby. Say hello. Say hello to the camera. Da, da, da. Say hello. So she's actually 3 months. Like I said, I'm 12 weeks postpartum, so she's 3 months old now. And yeah, mommy's fine, baby's fine, we are doing good. Right, mama? So thank you guys for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed watching this video. Give it a thumbs up, drop a comment, share. Thank you, and